heard about calories, you've learned about macros, but there's a third piece of the puzzle that most people completely ignore, and those are micronutrients. These are the vitamins and minerals that your body actually needs to function, and without them, you can eat perfect macros and calories and still feel like garbage. Low energy, poor recovery, weak immune system, and brain fog. And these are all signs that your micronutrients are off. Today I'm going to break down what micronutrients are, why they matter, and how to make sure you're getting enough without obsessing over every single vitamin. So my name is Frank. When I lost 100 pounds, I wasn't just focused on my macros and my calories like most people are. I actually wanted to feel good while I was losing weight. So I made sure that I was eating food that actually nourished my body and not just filled my stomach. Because you can pretty much lose weight while eating junk food, but you'll feel terrible, recover poorly, and struggle to sustain it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat junk food while you're losing weight. Just have some moderation. Micronutrients are what separates someone who's just losing weight from someone who's building actual health. So let me show you why they matter. So micronutrients, once again, are vitamins and minerals, the nutrients your body needs in smaller amounts compared to macros, but they are just as essential. There are two categories. There's vitamins, organic compounds that support everything from energy production to immune function to bone health. These includes vitamin A, C, D, E, K, and the B vitamins, of course. And there's also minerals. These are inorganic elements that regulate processes like fluid balance, muscle contractions, and also nerve signaling. These minerals are calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, among others. Unlike macros though, micronutrients don't really provide calories. Although you might see supplements that have calories in them, that is because of the sweeteners or something else. But they are critical for your body to use those calories effectively. The calories that you're consuming with food. Without micronutrients, your body can't perform basic functions, and that shows up as fatigue, poor recovery, once again, weakened immunity, and also long-term health issues. So here's what most people miss. Micronutrients directly impact how well your body performs during fat loss. They support energy production. For example, B vitamins help convert food into usable energy. Without them, you will feel sluggish, even if you're eating enough calories. They regulate metabolism. Minerals like iodine and selenium support thyroid function, which controls our metabolic rate. They support recovery. Magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D are critical for muscle repair and sleep quality. Poor recovery means poor progress. They maintain immune function. So vitamins C, D, and zinc keep your immune system strong. When you're dieting and training hard, your immune system is already stressed. So they also influence hunger and cravings. Deficiencies in certain minerals like magnesium and iron can increase cravings and make it hard for you to stick to your plan. This is why two people can eat the same exact calories and macros and have completely different experiences. One feels energized, recovers well, and stays consistent. The other feels like trash, constantly craves junk food, and eventually gives up. The difference is micronutrient density. Now, you don't need to obsess over every single vitamin and mineral, but there are a few that deserve special attention, especially if you're active and trying to lose fat. So vitamin D supports bone health, immune function, mood, and testosterone production. Most people are deficient because we don't get enough sunlight. If you live somewhere in limited sun exposure, supplementing 2,000 to 4,000 UI daily is a smart move. Another one of these that deserves special attention is magnesium. So it's involved in around 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. It supports sleep quality, muscle recovery, stress management, and energy usage. So it's found in leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. So many people are low in magnesium, especially if they're active. There's also zinc, critical for immune function, hormone production, and recovery. Found in red meat, shellfish, and pumpkin seeds. If you're training hard and not eating that much red meat, you might be a little low. There's also iron. Now bear with me. Especially important for women. Iron carries oxygen into your blood. Low iron means low energy, poor performance, and constant fatigue. So it's found in red meat, spinach, lentils, and fortified foods as well. Women who menstruate need to be especially mindful of iron intake. There's 4 more, okay? Potassium regulates fluid balance, muscle contractions, and blood pressure. Most people don't get enough because they're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, but they're found in bananas, potatoes, spinach, and avocados. Calcium supports bone health and muscle function as well. Found in dairy, leafy greens, and fortified plant milks. If you're not eating dairy regularly, make sure you're getting calcium from other sources. And second to last, B vitamins. So it's a group of vitamins B1, B2, B6, B12 that support energy production, brain function, and red blood cell formation. So they're found in meat, eggs, dairy, whole grains, and leafy greens. So vegans and vegetarians need to pay special attention to B12, which is only found in animal products. And lastly, vitamin C. So this one supports immune function, collagen production, and also acts as an antioxidant. So it's found in citrus fruits, bell peppers, strawberries, and broccoli. So it's pretty much easy to get if you're eating fruits and vegetables. So you don't need to memorize all of this. The key takeaway is that the variety matters. Different foods provide different micronutrients, which is why eating the same thing every single day is a kind of a bad strategy, unless your eating plan is really, really solid. So the best way to get enough micronutrients is through whole foods, not supplements. Supplements can fill gaps, but they should never replace actual food. So here's how to structure your diet to cover your bases. So first thing, you're going to eat a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. Different colors indicate different vitamins and antioxidants. And for at least 2 to 3 servings of vegetables and 1 to 2 servings of fruit. And this would be daily. Include animal products if you can eat them. Meat, fish, eggs, and dairy are micronutrient dense. Red meat provides iron and zinc. Once again, fatty fish provides vitamin D and omega-3s, which is omega fats. Eggs provide choline and B vitamins. And don't fear carbs from whole food sources. Potatoes, rice, oats, and whole grains provide B vitamins, magnesium, and other minerals. Cutting carbs completely can be significantly reducing your micronutrient intake. So also include nuts, seeds, and healthy fats. These provide vitamin E, magnesium, zinc, and other nutrients that are harder to get from lean proteins and vegetables alone. So if you're vegan or vegetarian, pay extra attention. You need to be a little bit more intentional with getting enough B12, iron, zinc, and omega-3s. So consider fortified foods and targeted supplements. So the goal isn't really perfection, it's variety and consistency. If you're getting a wide range of food, most of the time, you're probably covering your micronutrient needs. However, you can always keep track. I always recommend Chronometer because it keeps track of your micronutrients. Not affiliated with them whatsoever. It's just the app that I use to track my micronutrients. Alright, moving on. Supplements are not magic pills, but they can be helpful in specific situations. If you live in a place where sunlight is very limited or you work from home, supplementing 2,000 to 4,000 UI of vitamin D is smart. If you struggle with sleep, recovery, muscle cramps, 200 to 400 milligrams before bed can help. If you're not eating fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week, a high quality fish oil or algae-based omega-3 supplement, that would be around 2 to 3 grams combined of EPA and DHA, supports inflammation, recovery, and overall health as well. If you're a woman with heavy periods or you've been diagnosed with low iron, supplementing with iron can really help you. Once again, if you're vegan or vegetarian, please take a look at your B12 intake, and also consider taking a multivitamin. It can act as an insurance of filling gaps, but it's not a replacement to real food. No supplement is. Think of it as a safety net, not a foundation. But I do recommend before you start throwing money away at supplements, get your blood work done. Find out what you're actually deficient in instead of guessing. Most people don't take 50 different supplements. They just need to eat better and maybe add 2 to 3 targeted ones. So here's what it all comes together in real life. When I was losing 100 pounds, I didn't track every single vitamin and mineral I ate, but I did make sure my diet included lean protein at every meal, vegetables with lunch and dinner, some vegetables a couple of meals throughout the day. I would eat 5 to 6 times a day. I would eat fruits as snacks or sometimes as breakfast, whole food carbs like potatoes, rice, and oats, healthy fats from eggs, fish, nuts, and oils. And I also took some omega-3s and vitamin D because I noticed on Chronometer I wasn't getting enough of those with food alone. So that simple approach covered the vast majority of my micronutrient needs without adding stress or complexity. You just don't need to be perfect. You just need to avoid eating the same 5 foods every single day and thinking that's sustainable. Variety is your friend, not just for adherence, but for actual health. So macronutrients don't get the attention that calories and macros do, but they're just as important. They will allow your body to actually use the food that you're eating. They will keep your energy high, your recovery strong, and your immune system functional. You can lose weight without paying attention to macronutrients, but you'll feel like garbage doing it. Eat a variety of whole foods, prioritize nutrient-dense choices most of the time, and use supplements intelligently. Now, if you want to watch my full free guide on how to lose weight and go about your fat loss journey, covering more than just macronutrients, click the link down below. Also, there's another link, a type form. You can fill that out if you want to work with me one-on-one, where I take you by the hand and guide you through your fat loss journey. But either way, even if you don't do either of those, hope this video helped, and see you in the next video. I'm Frank.